the budget. This Tuesday is the budget, and they're going to cut everything they can. Simple as we're going to the mental health services. They already have cut them so much. They have already dried out everything they can. That's that they can do, to fund themselves. May I remind people? Just let me take a second. Yeah, actually, we'll talk with the Green Party first. The Green Party will destroy the fuel. Anybody who's buying fuel or diesel, petrol, they're going to destroy people. It's supposed that the Green Party are going to destroy people in this country. They're going to make people's pockets literally bust because they're going to take every cent out of their pockets for fuel and everything like that. And during the pandemic, they want to do this anyway. They're still going to go ahead with it, even though at the moment in time, the Irish people are not in a position to be making big financial decisions. Because the economy's in the toilet. The country we're going to a big recession. We have to admit it. What's coming up, because there will be huge cutbacks, and I mean there will be huge. The country has already lost ridiculous sums of money, and a good lot of it's gone to the TDs and senators. Like, for example, senators, they went in the Shannon area, they went in for a day, they went in probably 5 seconds. They claimed 3.2 million, yes, 3.2 million for travel expenses, where they didn't go feck anywhere, they didn't do anything. So it's a great country, and then they're giving themselves 3 pay rises for every TD in Dáil over the last few months. Over the last year, they give them 3 pay rises. Next one is €2,000. Great country. They're going to cut probably everything they can, and they give them 50 cents from the minimum wage. Great country. Just brilliant country. They can afford to give 2,000 to every TD in Dáil. Put it over 90s. It's a great country. Again, this is the. And you think they would go, and the one thing I said to Leo Varadkar and the Simon Coveney and the West of them, go to China, go to the ambassador to Ireland and say, give us some money. Simple as, give us some money. You caused this, give us money. Give us some money. Simple as, even though I wouldn't want the Chinese money, they can keep over their communist regime and they can stay in their communist regime because we don't want anything to do with them. That's what I would be anyway. But this government here, they're all bought out. The money goes in. The money talks in this country, and that's what the government care about in this country. They don't care about the Irish people, really, as simple as straight. Because my Christ, there's a lot of things that need to be talked about. Like that €2,000, that 3.something million that went to senators. And that Simon Coveney's car, 200,000 a year, when he could pay for it himself. I'm sure the fact he has loads of money in his bank account which he could reach in and he could pay for it, not put it on the taxpayer. But again, clown world, great country. Again, the mental health services in Cavan, it's devastating. And I might as well say straight, it's devastating to see that the government would just say, oh, we're not going to do anything about it. We haven't got the funding. And that's what we said. We haven't got the funding. Great country. Just a great country. People's lives, and I'll be serious here for a second. People's lives, these mental health services, it's either it's basically between life or death. If somebody can get more help, if we have more staff, we have more help, with more resources, more people can be helped. But if we don't, then more people unfortunately will commit suicide, and things like that will happen. Unfortunately, but if this country would put its priorities straight and put its priorities towards things that matter, not towards TD's pensions. Like, my God, we're paying out 30 million a year on TD's and senators' pensions. You have to wonder to yourself. You have to wonder to yourself, what do we do in this country? People's lives are at risk, and we're more or less worried about paying TD's salaries. Could we not just, again, and the banks don't pay any tax in this country too, bondholders, you name it, everybody who's essential in this country, and I mean essential, the Irish people are not essential. But I honestly can't admit to people how bad this budget's probably going to be for you and me, for the only Irish people, the working class people of Ireland, who work so hard to try and fulfill, they get as much as they can to pay their bills and just to survive. The government are going to come down and just hit them hard, bang in the head. And they won't charge China. Simple as that. There won't be anything. Michael Higgins won't say anything. Leo won't say anything. We won't say anything. The good friends with the Chinese ambassador, they won't say anything. The right thing to do if I was Taoiseach, go up to the Chinese ambassador, demand either he leave or pay Ireland a huge sum of money for the because again, China could have done better. Simple as that. But again, great country. We don't say that. But anyway, again, this budget, I'm fearing for people with disabilities, people with mental health. Again, that's my biggest concern, because they will cut it. There's not a shower. The people in Dáil, the people who are in the government, the shower of whoas. What do you say straight? The biggest shower of whoas going. Because again, they're worried about paying themselves, and then they're worried about senior ministers advise us. Like, that's what they spend their time talking about, instead of worrying about what's really happening in the country. But again, in their own bubble, they only care about themselves. And again, we can't say we'd be any different. We might be the same if we were in that position. But I'm just begging. I really just am begging the government. Because again, they keep borrowing money and borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. And the country's just going into even more debt. Like, there's not much way we can get out of it. Like, already young people are born into debt. We can only hope for the best, and I just appeal to the government. Every such a service that needs to be kept. Again, borrow money as much as you can, because these are services, mental health services, services, even cancer treatment services. These are essential. They need to be funded, because again, it looks like it will be probably a great recession. But please God, I'm wrong. But it does look that way. But yeah, take care, everybody, and hopefully they might reconsider what they're going to do. But I'm afraid to say fuel tax and things like that. It's going to be. Oh, I'm mortified to see the old people having to pay fuel tax and coal tax. Tough. Not again, this thing coming in, but in towns, it's in Cavan Town, it's in Monaghan Town, in Lockwood Town. We're not born coal or tough in the town. It's only smokeless coal. Yeah. So yeah, take care, everybody, and bye.